What's up, guys? Today we're gonna have a video review for Bejeweled 3 for the PlayStation 3, and you can probably find this for the Xbox 360. It is from our good friends at, don't know if you see if it says PopCap. Yeah, gotta love these guys. Right, now that before we go any further, you can get this thing for 20 bucks at any local retailer. And yes, this is a physical copy. I'm going to tell you this though, there are no platinum trophies. My guess is because I think these are on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, there's 3 games on here. Bejeweled plus the original Zuma and Feeding Frenzy 2. 3 games, 20 bucks. I don't think I'd beat now with a stick, alright. But we are covering the Bejeweled portion of the disc. And I'm going to tell you now I've played every mode that is involved in this game. And let's go over that first. First off, if you've never heard of Bejeweled, my god, this game's been around forever. Despite the fact that it's called Bejeweled 3, it's actually the 4th game in the series. There's the original, Bejeweled 2, where are we here? Bejeweled Twist, and of course the one I'm reviewing today. Alright, first things first, there are 8 different game modes. I'm not going to be reviewing all of them because one is a standard game, which if you've never played it, it's matched through at least 3 gems in a row. 4 gems get you a flame gem, 5 gems get you a hypercube, and if you get a L or a T shape, you get, I don't know, I forget what they call it, but I think it's called a lightning gem. So that means nothing really special, and then it's just you can do whatever you want, and there's no end to the game at all. The main rule of the classic mode is if you run out of moves, the game ends on that level. Now then, let's talk about the other game modes. The first one we're going to talk about, this is a weird one. It's called poker. No, I'm not kidding. Here's how poker works. And it's actually kind of a fun move. You match, every gem you match goes into your poker hand. Your objective is to try and get the best poker hand possible. Now they go like this. The lowest is called pair. The next highest is called spectrum. Pair obviously is any 2 matching cards in a hand. Spectrum is 1 of each of the 5 gems in the game. 2 pair is, well, just that. 3 of a kind is 3 in a row. 4 of a kind is 4 in a row. There's also full house and the flush. Flush is the highest hand. There is no royal flush in the game. The highest you can train is a flush. How does this game end? Well, here's the rule in that one. As the game progresses, the player, that's you, will notice a skull appears on one of the hands. It'll always start on pair, and it'll gradually work its way up. Your objective is to not get that hand at all. And if possible, get rid of it as quickly as possible, because the longer that's allowed to stay, you get more and more hands that are skulls, and if you get any one of them, then your fate rests in the hands of a coin flip. If you get the Clover, you're safe. Skull and Crossbones, you're done. It is not exactly a fun thing to have to deal with, but it is a fun mode, and I do suggest you playing it. I will tell you this though, the scoring system is a little bit different when you play the main game versus quest mode, which we'll get into in a second, or in a bit. Zen, I already explained that one to you. Butterfly. Now here's a weird goddamn one. This one wins the award for strangest game mode ever, but one of the coolest actually. Alright, here's the deal. Top of the board is a big ass black widow. The bottom of the board are going to be butterflies, which are the same color as at least one of the 5 gems on the board. Your objective is to match them with at least 3 of a kind, or use a special gem to catch them. If at any point one of the butterflies makes it all the way to the top and is caught by the Black Widow spider, the game is over. There is, by the way, a trophy for this mode, and that is if you get, what is it? Hold on. If you catch 100 butterflies, you get the butterfly guard. You get, I think it's called Garden Guardian. I actually got it, but it took me like the 4th game of playing it. Because the first game I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to do. I'm thinking, oh, it's just supposed to get to the top of the screen. No, there's a big old spider waiting at the top. I didn't know what the spider was for. Oops. That is one of my favorite game modes, though. But some of you may think it's kind of which is fair. But trust me, it's actually not that bad. The next one, Lightning. Now here's a weird one. If you've ever played, for those of you who are on Facebook, if you've ever played the game Bejeweled Sprint, that's the Lightning mode. Okay? Except, in Lightning mode, you're trying to get time bonus gems. If you can collect those when the 1 minute ends, that time gets added and you start over. But here's the catch. That is the only way you get your multiplier to go up. Now I missed it when in Bejeweled Sprint, when the multiplier gems were in the playing field, so you can actually bump it up that way. But I'm not PopCap. They know what they're doing. They make a couple $1 million on games like this, and I'm still unemployed. There. Anyway. But it's a fun one. It's a bit hectic, but it's fun. Ice Storm. Alright. For PopCap being a game company about casual games, they had to put that mode in there. Oops, where are we? Yeah. That mode in there. Hardest thing ever. Let me explain to you what it is. The bottom of the screen, ice starts coming to the top. What's your objective? Match jewels. Either above or below it. Why? Because you're trying to keep the ice from going up. If it goes up at least twice, the screen cracks and the game ends. There is a trophy for this one though. If you can get to go to multiplier 5, you get the cold feet. Oh, forgot. There's a trophy for the lightning one. And if you can get the Speedy Fingers rank or something to show up, you get that trophy. I think there's another one, but I forget exactly what it is. But yes, that's what that mode is. And it's hard. I know what you're thinking. Well, it's not supposed to be easy. Well, no kidding. But there's easy. Then there's ridiculous. Let's see. Here's the next one. Quest. All right, this one's fun. Here's what Quest is. This is the closest thing to an RPG that you're gonna get in this game. I was hoping it was something like Gyromancer. You know, that game that came out on Steam that unfortunately has never come out on like the PSN. Yeah. Kind of hoping it was. That would give me an excuse to get a $20 thing from a store so I can actually buy the damn game. But anyway, here's what Quest is. There are 5 relics involved. There are 8 different challenges. Now you only need 4 to pass to the next relic. But if you can pass all 8 of them, you'll completely activate the relic. You'll be one step closer to the trophy. The trophy is to get all 5 relics. I think there's one for actually getting up to the second relic too, but I'm not exactly sure what it's called. But there is one if you can get all, I think it's called Relic Hunter or something. But it's a fun mode, but it makes some of the game modes even harder than what they already are. Do you remember I mentioned the quest? Do you remember how I mentioned that in poker, scoring system's different? Okay, in the standard game mode, the hands go by thousands. In the quest mode, they go by hundreds, and they limit the number of hands you're allowed to play. I think they take the skulls out entirely. But you're going to have to beat it if you want to actually get one of the, we'll call them gems, to activate with one of the relics. Other mini games you get to play in that mode that I've found so far. One is called Time Bomb. What's that? Well, some of you, if you play Bejeweled Twist, may recognize this mode. May recognize the bomb gems. In this game, the bomb gems will show up and you have maximum 1 minute to try and disarm them by matching at least 3 gems or using a special gem in order to blow it up. But good luck, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, especially when you're trying to practically find it, and sometimes there can be more than one of those on the screen. I think I had like at least 2 or 3 on the screen at one point. It was ridiculous. Another weird mode they had, there was one called Sandstorm. Deals this. There's 3 relics buried underground. What do you gotta do? By the way, it's called buried treasure. You have to try and uncover all 3 of them. Sounds simple, right? Because how you do that? Simple. You match at least 3 in a row to uncover the sand. One problem, it's called Sandstorm for a reason. If you don't match them quickly enough, the sand will start covering them back up. And then you gotta uncover them, and you got a time limit or limited number of moves. Good luck on that one. I don't know if you ever played this game, but if you ever played the game Alchemy, then you'll love the fact that that game actually found its way into Bejeweled 3 in the quest mode. You'll either have a time limit or a certain number of moves to get the entire grid to go gold. And if you can do that, congratulations, you'll move on. Or you'll complete that, at least that quest, rather. So, I think it's a fun one. I think it's pretty cool to actually sneak in Alchemy, because that's actually a really fun game to play on PopCap's website. Did I get them all? I think I did. If I missed one, I apologize. But there's like so many to play, it's ridiculous. Finally, the final game mode is called Diamond Mine. Now, if you ask me, what game do I probably log the most amount of time on? It's that. Here's what Diamond is for you that is either curious. Using the gems, you have to match the ones that are closest to the ground. Why? Because that's effectively your dynamite. Whoops. To blow holes into the ground. Now, if it's just dirt, or if it's gold, no problem. You just get rid of that layer. If, however, if it's hard and it's rock, then you gotta actually blow through it twice. Hyper cubes are your friend in this level. Matter of fact, it's actually one of the very treasures you can find in the mine, along with certain artifacts too. There's a trophy for that one. If you can find, I think it's 5 artifacts, you get a trophy. And it's fun too. I'm telling you, I think it was the mode that my grandma came in watching me play one night. Or I think it was one night. It was last night, and it's addicting. Matter of fact, this entire game right here is addicting. Because let me come around and say it. I came home. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. The only time I stopped was to take a dinner break. I played this thing for about 7 hours straight. And most of it, I'm going to tell you, was probably playing Diamond Mine. But there are stipulations to get some of these modes unlocked, which I will give you in case anybody wants to try and play them. Well, you gotta do certain things. To unlock poker, you have to get to level 5 in classic mode. To play butterflies, you have to get to level 5 in Zen. Now that one's going to probably be the easiest to unlock. Let me think here. To unlock Ice Storm, you have to score 100,000 points in the lightning mode. And to unlock Diamond Mine, the deceptively fun one, you have to unlock the you have to unlock the second relic in the quest mode. For 20 bucks, I don't think you can fit. For 20 bucks, I don't think you can actually go wrong. I really don't. There's also Zuma, and there's Feeding Frenzy number 2 on the disc. If you don't want to play Bejeweled, they give you 2 other options to play. And they don't have to be unlocked either. They're ready to play right off the bat. The only part that kind of stings, there aren't really any platinum trophies. So getting all the trophies, you're kind of like, eh. Oh, I should also mention, in Bejeweled, there are different levels of badges for some of the achievements, for some of the in-game achievements you can do. For some, there's bronze, silver, gold, platinum. For some, for elite ones, it's just gold. For some, it'll stop at gold, period, or it'll just go straight to platinum. And they tell you exactly what you need to do to get each one. And yes, there's a difference between badges and trophies. Just because you get a badge doesn't mean you'll get a trophy. Although one of the elite badges, called Supercharger, is actually one of the trophies you can get in the Bejeweled mode. In Bejeweled 3. So, kind of stinks that there is no real platinums. But then again, I think these were meant to be PlayStation Network games. So, and 3 of them were put on a disc, so that's why they didn't put the platinum trophies in. You know what I mean? Kind of stinks, but what are you going to do? if someone tells me what do I think of Bejeweled 3 as a rating, scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 10, and the reason is, Platinum Trophies notwithstanding, the game modes are addictive as hell. The one that might frustrate you the most if you're trying to play it is Ice Storm. But, taking that one out of the equation, Butterfly, which I know sounds to be the weirdest, we'll call it, or the funniest, is probably one of the most fun. Poker's cool. If you have a gambling itch you want to scratch, definitely play that one. And I strongly recommend it. If you can get it unlocked right away, play Dynamite. You won't be disappointed. So there's my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all later. Good day.